All right, before we get this episode started, after you watch this, if you enjoy it, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and my channel. A big thank you to you for that. Now, here's this week's episode. Hi everybody, and welcome to this flashback episode. Now, if you're new to the channel and you haven't been watching, we're going through a series of flashback episodes to cover some downtime for myself and my wife from our 2024 season because of medical issues and other things that went on. We actually didn't get out and do as many outdoor adventures for that season. So as a fill-in, we're doing these flashback episodes to look back and diving into 20 plus years of outdoor video adventures that we have in our archives. So I hope you enjoy these fill-ins of a look back at our outdoor adventures over the past years. The crew arrived on the Michigan side of the river Friday night around 11:30 p.m. We had 2 loaded vehicles and a weekend full of work ahead of us. The plan was to work on the cabin flooring, put up a couple of tree stands, cut the grass and trails, and get the inside ceiling opened up to eventually put a stovepipe through the roof. We had set an ambitious work schedule for the weekend, but little did we know what predicament we were about to get ourselves into. This was the trip the RO360 crew coined the phrase, "Are you up for an adventure?"
You want to try the Wisconsin side? Or you want to just grab our shit and walk across? Go into Wisconsin side then? All right. We'll stay together now for this next adventure, in case one of us has to pull the other one of us out.
Okay, we originally came across on the Michigan side, but the river is running a little too deep and a little too fast. So we came back here and we're struggling in on the Wisconsin side. Now it looks like it's getting a little soft up there, so Craig's gonna take the dog for a walk. He needs to be out. He's been cooped up for 5 hours, and he's gonna walk that a little bit, and we're gonna check it out before we drive. We certainly don't want to get stuck out here if it starts raining hard, because these roads will wash out and we'll get stuck here for a while. So obviously we want to try to get to camp. Let's see how soft this is. And we're pushing 12:30. He's on his way back. We've made up our mind already, I guess. It's either too soft or we can proceed a little further again.
Go up. No, in the back.
We're going to put him in the back, so it sounds like we're going to proceed for a while again. We're on the right trail, at least we know that much for sure. Another issue. It's a go?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Should have went further up. That goes a little deep.
Beyond this, I don't know what we got. We're going to stay up high. We're okay. Ooh, hang on, this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big drop. Alright. This is still solid too, so we're alright. Drop, but we're solid. Yeah, we're coming in on the camp now. We're coming in on the camp.
What do you got here, though? Yeah.
We've been going around it this way.
Yeah. Another issue. Walking our way in, little by little. Have we reached the end of our rope and we gotta walk to camp?
Got a problem area up ahead, but I need a better look at it.
Alright, we get through this here.
This right here is where we stop.
Checking out the road up ahead. We're coming in on the Wisconsin side trying to get into camp. And we're experiencing some problems. Looks like they're doing some road repair. It's got to be pushing 1:45 in the morning here. We're in the middle of the woods on the logging trail trying to come into camp. And it's been raining up here pretty hard. The river was moving pretty fast. We decided not to attempt to come in that way, so we're coming in on the Wisconsin side. And we've got in here quite a ways on our way into camp, but now we're hitting some soft spots, and I'm running the light, and they're trying to fill in some soft spots so we can get through here.
We were up for an adventure, and we're well into it now. Plus, we got in this far. I think we're gonna roll the dice and go for it.
I got a big old log back.
Well, we crapped out on the roll of the dice. The Suburban is buried up to the rear axle in mud. We hooked up a tow strap to John's truck. Let's hope this works. It's not looking good right now.
It's not. We're just spinning them wheels. Hang on. He wants you to bounce a little bit, give it a little gas, see if you can rock it a little. Yeah, okay. He's slipping in the back. He's slipping back there too.
The more we tried, the worse it got as the Suburban slid over towards a downfall tree. Finally, after using a come-along and hand-sawing the tree laying up against the back of Craig's rear tire, we were able to put some large cut branches under the rear tires to help with traction, and we were finally able to pull the Suburban out.
Well, believe it or not, we are not going to camp. We're coming out. We're unsuccessful to get into camp. We're on our way back out after 2.5 hours of being stuck. We're back on the Michigan side, and it's only about 10 after 3 in the morning.
We're 8 hours and we're still not into the Brule. We're still not into camp.
And as you can see, this ain't too narrow yet. It doesn't get narrow yet. This is pretty wide. Okay, now it gets narrow. This is what I would classify as narrow coming in. And I gotta stop right here.
I'm knee deep right here. That water's cooking. Just go over the knees. But boy, I got some good traction. Alright, where are we on the rock? Here's the rock.
Oh, it's still above water.
Right here. You see the rock? No, I see your boots. The top of my boots are exposed on the rock.
Okay.
What do you think?
You said you made it in your minivan when it was that high?
Not minivan, my full-size van.
Full-size van? You said it was knee deep all the way across?
After thoroughly checking out the stream, the rock we use as a gauge on water height was above water. Plus, Craig found a shallow route that was no more than knee deep. The rock bed he walked was firm, giving us good traction, and as long as we kept a steady speed against the current, we were confident we would make it across. After much discussion, it was decided to go for it.
So you stay wide here. Now I'm knee deep again. If you come out to this rock, to the pilings, and then cut back in, right here I'm above the knees.
We made it. We are at the camp. See? It is, what time here? Look at that, 25 to 4.
We stayed at the main Vantaggi cabin while working to upgrade the trapper's cabin. We managed a few hours sleep, then Craig and I decided to take a walk to check out where our predicament occurred last night.
Okay, now that it's daytime, we came back out here to take a look at where we got stuck. Check this out. Here's where John was spinning his tires, now that it rained all night. Okay, here's another spot he was spinning his tires. And nope. And here's where we were stuck. We sawed and cut the tree and finally used the come along to move this log from over here off to the side, so you can see Craig Suburban was right in here wedged against this log. What did we say? 3 hours here last night? Yeah. All right.
The only other thing that happened during our predicament last night that we didn't videotape and even forgot to talk about was that we had to MacGyver the tailpipe on the Suburban so we wouldn't tear it off the truck when we pulled it out of the rut. The tailpipe was loose to start with, so with a ratchet strap, we pulled it up tight and hoped that the strap would not burn off and drop the tailpipe. But it made it to camp.
We'll go down this way. You're up for another adventure, aren't you?
Let's go.
Take a straight shot back to the camp. It's going to be a shorter walk.
Remember who said last night, oh, I'm up for an adventure. Let's see where this one takes us. What was that?
Whose idea was it to go for this walk? Let's take 20 minutes. Let's go for a walk.
Sure. In the rain, it's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
So we had our little adventure in the rain. Check out where we were stuck last night. And came back through the woods. Tried to come out down over there, but it was too thick. We ended up taking a ridge line down to the trail and back.
Back in late summer of 2015, my brother-in-law Craig and his brother John came up to start refurbishing the trapper's cabin with the #1 goal to repair and button up the roof for the upcoming winter. Now, before we continue the video of this weekend's work trip, about a month before this trip, my wife's side of the family came to Michigan's Upper Peninsula for a weekend family reunion. So before the reunion started on Saturday afternoon, while the girls stayed back at the hotel for a morning swim, the guys took the opportunity to take a ride into the Vantaggi Camp. This was my grandson Wes's first time at camp. He was now the 6th generation to walk this land. I included this video so you could get a little walkthrough and an idea of what repair work had been done so far on the trapper's cabin.
I swore there was like a fieldstone fireplace in this one.
No, there was a stone chimney though.
That's
what
maybe
came.
all.
When it was down, it was a chimney that was up here,
To the
and it was
stove.
on legs, and that collapsed when the roof rotted out.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
So, but John and I came in, we replaced all of these timbers, sectioned in this, and then down here we supported, there's a couple that run along
I hate
here.
to say it, but this
We
one
had
was nicer almost. You know,
We supported,
maybe not the roof.
we supported this one and then just framed it in with 2x6s
Yeah.
for the floor here, underneath this wafer board. And everywhere, right here, this was all busted in. This was a big hole, right here where I'm standing. And then all the way back here, this was all rotted out. So this one, like I said, let's get in here. And this was all rotted out, we just filled it in with great stuff now so we can get in here and stay.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, this is the bed like up by you.
Oh, you gotta jump up on it. Yeah.
That one's in the basement.
But you have the one that was
That's-
used for my old
That
bed.
shower over there, what we want to do, well, one, we can go off the end of the porch, but I want to figure out a drain system. And then we're going to hang the bucket right here,
Yeah,
and be able to take a shower inside of here.
when it's cold.
When it's cold out,
Yeah.
because up here you get dirty and grimy.
Is that what this is, the shower holder?
That's going to be the curtain, but I think I'm going to, well, I just bought that when I bought the pool, but I think what I'm going to do is make conduit. Just do a piece of, conduit, metal pipe.
Oh, metal.
And then
yeah.
it'll hang, and then I'll put a bracket here,
yeah.
so it'll hang right in here.
You could actually like
slide
fold
it in,
down.
and then it'll just, with the eye bolts,
Yeah.
have the ends down, and then the shower curtain around, so that you can do.
Okay,
We were
let's
talking
do
about
the
putting
chimney
just a
rest
curtain
of
over
it.
here, because this wall came out to, well, it came out to here, and it was all rotted out. We just took the chainsaw and cut it off.
Yeah,
Because there was no saving it.
yeah.
But I think, and we were just gonna frame this in, and then put a curtain across, but here's where the stove goes through.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll put steel in here for the heat, put new wood in here, but put steel in here for the heat and the chimney up through.
I like this one better. I mean, just the feel of it. It's like a
Yeah.
old log home.
We'd have to get a nice big table in here.
There already is.
But there it is
behind
right
you.
there. That's, the couch was
Oh.
along here. That's, yeah, there's the table. We just
Yeah.
gotta.
Yeah, everything just moves so you could work, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, Dad, if you use this functionally, oh, the stove is that where, like, how far back does it go? Just,
It would sit right about where it is, but over here.
yeah.
A little bit more over. So,
So
and then we need a screen for that window. But you open these windows here,
You get a cross
and you get a
space.
nice good cross breeze here.
You know, there's a big. What is that? What's that opening? Is that a window up on top
Where?
in the attic? And I can
Yeah.
see outside. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
that's
it's
the
a-
vent off.
Oh, the
Well, we
vent.
need, that's why we need to seal this off.
Yeah.
We're gonna, put boards back in here
Yeah.
and seal this off, and I'll seal that off. When you do heat the place, you keep the heat down
What
here.
is that? Is
Yeah.
that
Well, we had a
over?
nest of we had raccoons living in there when everything was open.
Yeah.
Uncle Danny came in here, and he said, "Oh, look, it's a vent. You can see we still got to clean this out yet." And he started messing with the things on here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you heard the chirping, and the
Oh,
raccoons. All of a sudden, I finally get up and I start walking out, and you see them scattering, running out the door, all of them like this. They're all running, waving their hands, running out the door.
Well, back to this weekend's work trip. The rain is going to have a negative impact on our attempt to cut grass. But on the other hand, we'll have a full crew for helping in laying the linoleum flooring. We got everything moved out of the way and got the floor swept and cleaned in preparation to lay the flooring. With a full crew, we were able to make quick work of measuring, cutting, and laying the flooring coverings. But there was a lot of bantering around during that process, and we even had time for a little adult humor featuring the Fickle Finger of Fate award from the old 1960s TV show Laugh-In.
You can just show people the picture. There you go. Oh wait, let me pan back, get the whole view here.
Yeah, actually, it'd be more effective this way. Here, wait, I'll hold it there.
Watch it, don't break that finger.
We chose a stone pattern for the kitchen stove area and a wood grain style for the table sitting area. The back bedroom already had some leftover carpeting put down when the floor and roof was repaired last year. And finally, we got some generator power set up and cut open a hole in the cabin ceiling so the next time we'd be ready to cut open the roof.
Okay, it's 5:30 on Saturday. We've been working putting the flooring in on the cabin, and that's about all we got done. We started looking at the roof. John and Craig starting to redo some of the rafters. We were going to go into town for pizza, and well, here's the story. Now, they're still working inside on the trapper's cabin. I came down here to look at the river because they told me we don't think we're going in for supper. So, here's the river running. This is awfully high. It's there's a rock right here that we gauge stuff by. The rock is now submerged. So, and river's moving pretty good right there from the rainfall we've had. So here we sit. Well, you saw the river. You saw what happened to us coming in on the Wisconsin side last night. Looks like we're staying here at the cabin tonight. I hope the water goes down tomorrow so we can get out of here. John says we may have to ration our food, and then I might have to go hunting. That's where we come out across, right there. And then this is the trail up. So that's it. I guess we're gonna hang tight here at the cabin tonight. There's the main cabin. We're staying in that one, the hunting cabin. And this is the one we're renovating. All right, back to work.
After a supper break of sandwiches and sodas, we finished most of the trim pieces around the edges of the floor, then hung some old traps by the door outside to support the cabin's new name, the Trapper's Cabin. We got everything put back inside, and worn out and exhausted, we headed off to the main Vantaggi Camp to finally get a full night's sleep.
Well, it's Sunday morning, and we're hoping to get across. One of our marks is this rock out here. It's the old footing from the old bridge. The water's starting to break around it. Last night it was going over the top. Our other rock is right over here someplace. Right in this area here, but it's completely underwater. That one's usually above water. So, moving pretty good this morning. Hopefully by the time we're ready to go at noon, we can get across. Otherwise, not quite sure what we're going to do because we can't get out on the Wisconsin side.
Taking a look at my wife's grandfather's old F-150 truck. It's so old, I remember coming into camp with Grandpa Wes for the first time crossing the river in this truck back in the late 1970s. It became the camp truck to haul deer and firewood. This thing hasn't run in years. Taking a quick look, remember when you could actually crawl into the engine compartment to work on the engine? Sure would be nice to get this thing going again around camp. We decided as an alternate plan, we should probably take a walk on the Wisconsin side to look for another possible route to drive out. On the way up the trail, we found that the tree holding up a cable across the logging road into camp had fallen over. So we returned later to remove the cable from that tree and put it on another one. Restoring the cable on the road in. So we had to use a come along to move the tree to get at the nuts and bolts on the cable.
Twist it further because now I can't, without the socket, I can't get at that other nut.
All right. Not finding a viable alternate route to drive out on the Wisconsin side, we had no choice but to cross the Brule. And they head home Sunday afternoon. We got to cross the river with the trucks. I tell you what though, the back ends on John's pickup and Craig's Suburban, when it hit that current, that back end kind of swung a little. So he's going back to put up the chain. Hey Moses, part the Red Sea, it'll be a lot easier to walk. All right, we overcame all of our troubles.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this 2016 flashback look at our deer camp adventure, as you never know what awaits you at a Midwest up north deer camp. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next Rappin' Outdoors 360's outdoor adventure. Feel free to comment below, or if you don't want to comment in the public eye, we can also be reached at rappinoutdoors360@gmail.com. Now, if you know somebody you think might enjoy this video series, please feel free to go ahead and share this video or this link with your friend. And as always, whether you fish or hunt, remember, practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that that resource is available for future generations. See you next time, guys. I think we're going to roll the dice and go for it. Well, we crapped out on the roll of the dice. The Suburban is buried up to the rear axle in mud. We hooked up a tow strap to John's truck. Let's hope this works. He wants you to bounce a little bit, give it a little gas, so you can rock her a little. Yeah, okay. He's slipping in the back. Finally, after using a come-along and hand-sawing the tree laying up against the back of Craig's rear tire,